Okay, so we're going to be talking about squeegees. And so I've been a graphic installer for years, and so I was installing the vinyls and everything. I use the cheap ones and the expensive ones and the ones that are recommended to go with the vinyls, and I just experimenting, and I said, you know, and I accidentally came across architectural films, and I said, whoa, this stuff is pretty cool stuff. And I started using what the squeegees come with, and it's a it's a plastic squeegees, pretty simple. It flexes a little bit. It's still kind of hard, but the only thing I didn't like about it, sometimes it wears out. So when you're doing the corners of a unit, it goes divots out, and also it leaves residue or markers on the architectural films and everything. So I was looking at this, but also the grooves of the squeegees, you know, the hardness and everything. So I said, you know what, just to have fun, be something different, I want to see if I can make the squeegees better and have more tools and units on here. So the first project I did, I wanted to teach people how to install the vinyl properly, so I added arrows. The proper way to install a vinyl to get the air bubbles down and install the vinyl on there is a 30-degree angle, and this is what they taught on the 3M class, installing class, is a 30-degree angle. And so when you're installing it, you go this way. Forces the air bubbles out and down, and it puts the unit on there. But also as a little token, have like a harness thing right here, so you can put it on here, but also a little case that you can actually put your phone on and have it upright like what you're seeing right there. And it's for kicks, I just put my name on there. So I started working with this first for a little short bit, and I said, you know what, I don't feel like it's too wide enough, so I decided just to get like about a ½ inch longer. And then after that, and I got thinking, so I'm installing the graphic film on the walls and everything, or the architectural films. I want it hard. I mean, hard. So it's not flexible or anything. And so when you're installing it, I can push hard on there. Next thing I wanted to do is put little spacers right here, so because you put your knife in these little holes. And I'm going to show all the demonstrations right over here on this demonstration table pretty soon. But I put this right here. I put the little slats right here for the corners. So if you're doing doors, cabinet doors, and you're going around the edges, this will be a perfect cut. I'll show that right there. The thickness is 1/8 inch thick, and that's a perfect thickness for doing edges. And I'll show you that. Another thing right there. There's the harness, so I'm going to show you what the harnesses does, and also the hardness of this straight flat backing right here, and that's the reason why I want it flat. And with sandpaper, another trick, I'm going to show you that right there too. So Devin, if you want to come down, this is actually the Worker Bee and also the Pro. The Pro has everything on there. The Worker Bee is, you can literally beat the heck out of it and it won't damage or break it or anything like that. It's a very plain Jane thing. All different kind of colors, what you're seeing right here. I just like to have fun. I'm an artist, so I like to see colors and all kinds of things. My favorite part one is basically the classies. They're hard and they'll last a long time. Another thing is this groove right here. So when you're installing it, I usually put my finger right here, and you put all the pressure down on the thumb, and you can have all the pressure evenly going this way. That's the reason why I want the hardness. And again, this is actually just a plain Jane one. On all the custom prints we do, we give these out for free squeegees. So I'm teaching people how to install the right vinyl. As long as we got the harness right here, when I'm up high, you know, like 10 feet or 15 feet, and you're on a ladder or scaffolding or just on a genie lift or anything like that, you can actually, if I can, there you go. So if you're installing it and go this way, and you're up high, and I've had this happen so many times, I'm just squeezing it like right there, and then, oops, I dropped it, and I have to go down and spend time to get the squeegees, and then I can just start, if I drop it, I can start going right away. So this is up for the hardness of this. That's one idea for doing the harness. Okay, let's go over here. So basically this is actually a training table, but also a demonstration table. So I'm going to show you all the tools that you need to use to do like on tables. This is actually the backsplash, or you can act like this is the wall and this is a table wrap or tabletop. There's lots of different functions right here, so I'm going to show you this. Let's start with this corner part right here. So I just kind of pre-cut everything. So this is actually the Dynoc material, architectural film, and I usually on all my jobs when you're doing these corners right here, I kind of bend these and kind of pre-cut these guys right here. So you kind of shove it in there as far as you can. I'm going to tack that on. Okay, so the first thing is the pointer, especially on these corners right here. The corners, you need it. That's one of the reasons why I design it at an angle, is because I can really dig in here and just dig it in there. Another thing you can do is you can shove this down, because it's hard. You can shove it down, shove it in. You can see how it's dancing right there, so that means it's going right directly into. See, I'm shoving the vinyl down and in. So you can kind of see it's dancing in there. That means it's getting it even tighter in there. With these guys, especially if it's rounded like that, you can't get it deep into that corner. You can get it deep if you go like this. You can't do it this way, but I found out if you push down and push in, you get deep. Okay, another thing is, okay, what I'm going to do. This is right here is 1/8 inch thick. So that's a perfect thickness, so it goes in and up. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go right here in this corner. Hopefully it's not too dark. I'm going to pre-cut this, and you can slide it. So the other thing is, if it's flat, you can slide it. There you go. So that's, actually, you know what? And once you get in the rhythm, there, that's a perfect cut right there. And what that's basically designed for is when you're laying another vinyl down, let's go right here. And then this smallest guy right here, I'm going to go this way direction right here. It kind of forces the vinyl down, or the subject down. So it's a nice tight edge right where you're seeing right there. Okay, so if this is the wall and you bring it down, so you can do is bring it down, get as far as you can down, get the edge, the closest edge right here, so that the vinyl's not jumping. And then that's a perfect, goes right up to the edge right where you're seeing right there. So pretend like this is a cabinet door, and so if you want to wrap the sides and have a nice perfectly even cut or excellent cut right here, there's two different ways. I'm going to show you one way. This is one of the reasons why we have these two, or this and this and this and this, is the two different ways to do it, but also a straight line right here. I'm going to show you. So let's pretend like this part of the door. There we go. We're going to tack it on, and we're going to wrap the sides right here. Now, you take this, put this right in the corner. The reason why I made the squeegee is for professionals, but also for beginners. And you want to have a nice evenly cut. Also, I like to have vinyl on top of vinyl. All right, so what I'm going to do, not trying to avoid the camera, I'm going to follow the groove, go right here, and I'm going to do this guy right here. This is the 1/8 inch. Now I'm going to do the furthest one this way and go right here. So right now We're gonna bring it off. So you can see that's right there.
Show that again. So that's kind of the shape you want?
That's the kind of shape you want. Now, go a little further down, Devin. What you're gonna do is you're gonna walk this in and go inwards. So you have 1/8 inch right here. And then you bring it down. And that's it right there. That's almost a perfect cut. Next thing you do is add a little heat. It sinks it in, and then it's a nice clean cut. So now let's go on the other side, and I'll show you the other way to cut. Okay, this is the other way to cut, and I do probably 50% of the time doing it this way. Okay, same thing. We're gonna lift it up, bring it down. This time, we're gonna go out and out. So it's gonna be out and out. So this is a perfect cut, square, if you want to call it. And you bring it down like this. It doesn't matter which side you use first. You go here and right here, and that's it right there. Add a little heat to it, it'll sink it in. Again, that's a perfect cut.
Why would you want to use that and not have an overlap?
Sometimes the vinyl has texture to it. I mean, a lot of texture. So if it has a lot of texture to it, you want to do it this way. All right, so next trick that I do is sandpaper and the squeegee, the back of the squeegee. The reason why I like it hard, because you want it a hard squeegee. It's actually pretty hard to use a sandpaper with a warped squeegee, kind of like this. You can kind of still do it, but I like to have a hard squeegee. So another trick is, if you take your knife, I've been on a lot of jobs, and the subject right here is soft. And you take your knife and you dig in the softness of the subject and everything. You don't want to do that. So another trick is using sandpaper. So basically you bring it down to where you need to be. Try to do it at a 45-degree angle. Now I'm using 220 sandpaper. 220 sandpaper on these, and then it just comes right off. So that's one little trick. And also you can do it the opposite direction now. Do it this way. Just do a couple of lights. You can see how it kind of lays down. That means it's done. There is a perfect cut. You know, you're not worrying about taking your knife, and if you're cutting on this and you're cutting into this and you start getting gaps like that guy right there and then that guy right there, that's the reason why you want to use sandpaper to avoid doing stuff like that. Next we're going to talk about is these gaps right here. So there's 3 different levels of gaps. So if you want a high level, you can just go like this, and then when another vinyl, pretending this is the wall, another vinyl comes down, you can actually lay it right on top right there, so it's vinyl on top of vinyl, and you don't have to worry about this vinyl lifting up or that vinyl lifting up. Another thing, if you want to get a little closer, you can, and do it that way. You just kind of baby it. If you want to go right down the edge, let's go right down the edge. You go at the very end right here, and your blade won't be jumping around. And so that's like right at the edge of the unit. Most of the time, what I normally do, see, I push it down and in. Most of the time, this is 1/8 inch thick, and that's the perfect amount of thickness to do that guy right there, or that guy right there. Hopefully you enjoyed and learned something new about the architectural films, but also the squeegees and everything. So if you want something like this, you can go on the rmwraps.com website, and also I have it on the rmwrapstore.com website. That's where all the architectural films that you can actually buy and order right there. But it's more set up for the rmwraps.com website. We're going to put all the links down below where to go to buy these units right here. And if you got any comments or questions, comment down below. If you have any ideas or anything like that, if you want one, please let us know. On the armwraps.com website, if you want several different kinds of colors, if you want, you know, like the nuclear and maybe the pro water and something different, let us know what you want, and then we can fine tune and make a custom buy button for you on the website, and then ship it to you. It's just right now it's easier. It's only set up for one unit, but if you want multiple different kind of units, please let us know. All right, again, thank you for watching. Stay tuned. We got more videos to show you.